debate with my friend today. He's one of those pro-Jayites, left, a staunch one. And we started off by him telling me, Buhari is not fit to be president of Nigeria. And I said, why? He said, he doesn't have a certificate. And I said, you're smarter than that. That Buhari has a college degree. He went to United States War College. And, I'm surprised that you are even saying such stupid things. And then he moved on to the next one. He said, have you watched the guy's interviews? That the guy is too old. He can't, organize himself. And this is how he has always been. And I was like, it's good, this is who he's always been. This is our Sankara. This is our Rawlings. And I'm like, this is a legend. This is our legend. That we only had two good rulers in Nigeria's history. Buhari and Muritala. And we are lucky that if Burkina Faso still had Sankara alive, they would be so happy to put Sankara back in power. We have Buhari. I'm like, this is a legend. This is an amazing opportunity. The fact that we still have him alive. And he said, that, the man is old and, I said, what's the problem with him being old? I said, the truth is? The truth is, you guys, the PDP spent $7 billion. Buhari's old age and wisdom is actually the reason why I support him the most. Because I told my friend, I said, after $7 billion was spent by the PDP, $7 billion at least on this campaign. Obama spent $1 billion in the United States. $7 billion. The only thing they could find on a man who has lived over 70 years. Now, I told him, at my young age, they can find so many things on me. So many things that are crooked that I've done in my life. And a man who is 70, $7 billion down, and the only thing they could find on him was a certificate which he had, and which he had even 2 college degrees on top of. What else did they find on him? That, his behavior, the way he talks is... This man is Mr. Integrity. I was like, if you bring me a deaf, dumb, and blind person on a walking stick, I would take him above the bloody thieves we have who loot our $7 billion and use it to destroy our country to try to bring down Mr. Integrity, and they can't find a thing on him. So me and my friend went on, and we moved on to Jonathan. He gave up on that side, and then he came back to it later. Let me just mention that. He came back to try to attack Buhari again later. He said, Buhari killed 3 people for drug peddling. And I was like, do you peddle drugs? I'm like, listen, if your biggest problem with Buhari is that he killed 3 drug peddlers, maybe you smoke cocaine or, whatever. That's all you have on him. That's it. $7 billion down. That's it. Anyway, he now comes to Jonathan and starts saying, Jonathan, he has these achievements. And I say, my friend, give me one achievement of good luck, Jonathan. One single achievement, and tonight I'm going to switch parties. And he says the economy, he changed, he adjusted, he built Nigeria's economy. I said, listen, don't even. I said, he only recalibrated it. The recalibration was done during his time. Rebasing of the economy. He didn't build that economy. Nigeria is 100% oil, 98% oil-based economy. When the price of oil goes high, we get more money. And I was like, tell me what he's done. And, and I remind him of what he's killed and all the people he's killed. And that one, he was like, I actually do believe that Boko Haram was a weapon that, Jonathan was using. So it's very interesting to see that some of Jonathan's townsmen actually know that Jonathan uses Boko Haram for terror to kill people, but they still side with him even though they know he's a murderer. But, that's not even what I'm talking about right now. And we go on and I'm like, tell me what he's done. And don't mention trains for me, because every single project Jonathan did, Jonathan is the biggest fraud in the country, in the world. I believe Jonathan is the biggest thief in human history, like Ali Baba and the 40 thieves and all those. I think Jonathan is really the biggest thief in the history of the world. And I told him, I said, every single project, like the trains, Jonathan, all the money Nigeria makes from selling oil, and we sold oil at the highest rates ever. Jonathan has been in Aso Rock for 8 years, 8 years in Aso Rock. And for all those 8 years, Jonathan has been in Aso Rock, and he wants 4 more to spend 12 years of our life in Aso Rock. This drunk. I said, for every project he did, like the trains, he borrowed $2 billion from China to build trains that are not worth more than $400 million. Second-hand trains, where other countries like Ethiopia built the same thing we did with brand new trains for $500 million. And this thief borrows $2 billion from China to give us used trains. So every single project he did was a loan to steal money. It's just, I was like, anyway. We finished that conversation tonight, and we are going to continue tomorrow. But it's already too late. Anybody, you're going to the polls, think of Father Mbaka. Think of the Chibok girls. Think of the NIS scam. Think of all the scams. Think of Diezani putting her foot on your head and stealing kerosene subsidy $100 million every month from all the poor women. Think of all the thousands of people who've been killed by Boko Haram and that have died. And if you put your thumb down for Jonathan, you must be someone who belongs in hellfire. And that's just the truth.